Now, if you're talking about friends that you've booked with, friends or family, or booking from a party, a lot of times that 50% will hold true. But if you're talking about the other types of bookings that you've done, like say a warm chatter lead that you've booked, someone who doesn't know you very well, strangers from a bridal list, someone who was a referral, when you book those people, generally you're going to see 1 out of 3, 1 out of 8, anywhere in between there that will hold because they don't know you so well and they're not tied to you personally. Okay. So we talked about overbooking. Now, book from your bookings is the final rule of booking, and it really should probably be the first rule of booking. Well, the first rule is get lots of bookings, but the second rule is book from those bookings. When you're at a party, there's a lot of different ways that you can get bookings there, but whatever kind of way you use, just leave there with bookings and referrals. Okay, so here's how I do it. And you can find this on my flip chart on the Top Banana site as well. But whenever I get to the end of the class, and I've gone through the skincare, I did the tablecloths, I've gone through the color, we finished up our color. This is the point when I do this. I say to them, we're going to play a couple fun games. And I have a few little gifts with me that are wrapped up. This is just kind of a side note. I'll have maybe a little Satin Hands travel cream that cost me 30 cents. Maybe I'll have a little bath poofy that I bought for 99 cents at the dollar store. Maybe I have like a little notepad. It doesn't have to be anything fancy or expensive. I usually spend between 30 cents and maybe $2 on these gifts. It might be an old PCP gift that I've wrapped up, a preferred customer gift. Whatever it is, I have it wrapped up real cute, and they want it. I hold it up and I say, who likes to win free stuff? And I hold this gift up and they're like, they want to know, what do I have to do to get this gift? They're very excited because they're women and that's what we're like. And I say, I want you to just flip over your profile card. And when they flip it over, on the back, you'll see in the top right corner, there's a space for 5 names and phone numbers. And so what I want them to do is to give me names of people that I can call if they don't book a party with me. I at least can meet their friends through their referrals. So here's what I say to them. I say, who wants to win a prize? And they go, me, me, me. I say, okay, great. Get out your cell phones. You are allowed to use them. And they all dig around and get out their cell phones, and they get them out there, and they're ready. I say, if your pen, you have your cell phone, here's what you're going to do. This is a game called Who Do You Know? You are going to see this space here on your profile card. There's a space for 5 names and numbers, but I want as many as you can possibly think of. Women who you know that would love a free facial, women who work too hard that deserve some pampering, women who love makeup, women who maybe are getting a little bit older and a little bit worried that they're getting older, or maybe women that you know that maybe need a facial. You guys know what I mean? You know any women like that? And they laugh about that. And I say, I want you to just think of them all and write them down, and I'm going to give them a call and give them a free gift from you. Now, if you decide tonight that you want to host a party and you want to have some girlfriends over, you can use this list as your guest list, and I won't call them. But we're just going to, for now, go ahead and put them on there, and you're going to get credit for it. Whoever has the most names and numbers on their card gets this gift, whatever it is that I had held up. And so they have the 5 spaces, but I tell them just write upside down, sideways, downward, all over the card, however they need to write to fit them in there so that I can read them, and then whoever has the most at the end will win that prize. And I time them. I give them 2 minutes. Now, if they're really writing frantically, I'll give them an extra minute, and I'll tell them, I'm giving you guys an extra minute. I see you're working really hard, so I'll give them a little more time. And at the end, I can walk out of there with referrals. If you don't ask for referrals, just picture a big stack of money sitting on the table, and you're walking out without it because you just left money on the table. So make sure to ask for referrals. And then for the booking part of it, what I do is the whole way through the party, I talk about the second facial. Okay, from when I open the class, and I talk about how the product is all guaranteed by the company, and the great thing is that in Mary Kay, you're entitled to at least 2 facials with me. And the first one introduced you to the product, and you're going to get to take home things that you love tonight because I've got inventory in my car. And so anything that you would decide to try, you're going to get to try it for a little while, and then if you don't like it, you can return it, exchange it, or get your money back from me at no cost because it's guaranteed by the company. And I love to honor that guarantee. And so I'd rather you return something 100 times and find something that you love than ever have a product that you're not happy with. And so I tell them about the guarantee. I say you're entitled to at least 2 facials with me. First one is the introduction one. The second one is where you really get to have fun because we can get together. I do a customized look for you, and I have the hostess's look, and I hold it up and I show them. It's got the eyeshadows, the lip color, the lip liner, the whole 9 yards. I say she got her customized look. I put it together on my Color Insider customizable makeover on the computer, and so she's going to get to try that tonight, and we get to tell her what we think of it, and I'm going to help her with some advanced glamour techniques as we go through. Now for the rest of you guys, you're all going to get the very simple dash out the door glamour, but when we get together for your second facial, you'll get the advanced glamour as well. If you decide to share it with some friends, you're also going to get free stuff, because this is our hostess Susie, and she loves you guys, and that's why she invited you, but she also invited you because she gets free stuff. So here's what she's getting tonight, and I show them the hostess program. And I say, when we get together for your second facial, you're entitled to get that as well. And then as I go through, I keep mentioning second facial, second facial, second facial. I say it after the cleanser. If this cleanser doesn't feel quite right on you tonight, we can fix that at your second facial. If you don't quite like this color that we're using on your eyes tonight, that's okay. At your second facial, your custom look will help to smooth that out. We have another product for that, for under your eye circles, and at your second facial, I promise you can try that. Just make a note of that on your card. So I talk about that second facial the whole way through. At the end, they just know that it's time to sign up for their second facial. And so what I do is, again, at the very end of the class, before I dismiss and go off to close them individually, I talk about that hostess program again, because I say, here's how you can get free stuff. And so we close. I take whoever's first with me into do the individual close, and that's a whole different training. But when I sit down with them, one of the questions I ask them is, I find out what they're buying, and then I say, now for your follow-up facial or your second facial, do you want to do that, let's see, 2 weeks puts us about here, let's get you scheduled for that. Do you want to do that during the week or on the weekend? And usually they are just completely fine with booking it, because they know that their facial is what we talked about the whole way through. Now at that time, I say to them, do you want to do your follow-up facial by yourself or with friends? And if they say by themselves, I say, well, don't forget, you get a lot of free stuff for sharing it with friends. And so a lot of times they'll decide they want to share it with friends. If they say with friends, then of course I book them right away for a party. I give them their hostess packet. That's a whole different training as well, and send them on their way. But there's lots of ways you can kind of work that booking into there. The sharing their follow-up facial with friends to get free stuff seems to be the best way. That's how Mary Kay always taught us, and that's how I'm going to continue to do it. But the other ways that you can do it is you can ask them what they want to take home with them, and then ask them, what if you could buy anything here, if you got everything for free, what would you want to take home with you? And usually they'll say something small, a microdermabrasion set, the custom compact, the compact pro, whatever it is. And you can say to them, how would you feel about getting that for free or at a good discount, just by sharing your follow-up facial with some friends? And so a lot of times when they don't have the money to buy what they want, that follow-up facial is their avenue to get it. So make sure to offer that to them. Now, of course, from that point, whenever she says, oh, I don't have my calendar with me, because nobody brings that to a party, you go straight into that tentative booking approach. That's okay. I've got a couple dates available in the next few weeks. Let me just give you them. We're going to write them down, and I'll call you in a couple days, and we can check on them. And that's it. That's all you got to do. So once you get your bookings, you want to book from those bookings. And I will tell you, if you are a brand new consultant or a seasoned consultant, it doesn't matter. Whenever you can book a big chunk of bookings together, you can book from them and build on that momentum, and it's going to take you everywhere in this business. And you won't have to be sitting here trying to figure out who you're going to call next, because you'll have such a good momentum going. So I believe in you. Get out there and start booking. That's where it all begins. Let me know how it goes. Have a great night. Bye-bye.